Live. Welcome in to First and 10. Today, it's just me. No B Ross today. I think B Ross has some things going on right now. If he joins us halfway through, then we'll add him on here for you guys. With that said, we got a fun video for you guys today. Talking about Mel Kiper and his mock draft, talking about PFF and his mock draft. Guys, it's going to be a good one. We're going to go ahead and start off with Mel Kiper, since, of course, Mel Kiper's on the thumbnail. Mel Kiper's the big man on the blog. Everyone likes to talk about Mel Kiper. Let's go ahead and hop right now into this one. Mel Kiper's pick predictions for round one. This is from ESPN. This is by Mel Kiper. You can have your thoughts and opinions of Mel Kiper. I know I have my own thoughts and opinions of Mel Kiper, but one thing you cannot say about Mel Kiper is that he does not care. Mel Kiper truly does care about this stuff. Hello, Danielle. Nice to see you. Okay, let's hop into this mock draft. First overall, Fernando Mendoza. I mean, at this point, if you're surprised by this one, I don't know what to tell you. I think this one's pretty clear and obvious. Oh, we got B-Ross. B-Ross, I'm alive already. Let me add you on. Let me add you on real quick. All right, we should be here. There you are. B-Ross. Say what's up to the people, man, before we get started.
What's going on, good people? Excuse my tardiness. I'm getting ready for a winter storm for the ages.
All right. If you guys can hear him, let me know in the comments below. I think we can hear him at this point.
We're good?
Yep. All right.
All right.
Let me share my screen with you, and then we'll get started with this one. I'll cut this all out for the video. But first overall, I mean, look, we're talking about Mel Kiper right now. We already know how it rolls with Mr. Mel. B-Ross, we talked about this a few videos ago, but give me your quick thoughts on Mel Kiper while I pull up this screen for you.
Mel Kiper has made a living not being held accountable by bad draft picks. Like, he's made a living being wrong. Like, now, I will say, when he's right, and he's not a boastful guy, but he's made a living since, like, 86 in this space. He's been doing this since 1986, before either one of us were born. And he's been wrong a lot. But
True.
no one cares.
But he makes a lot of money.
He doesn't work for a team. Makes a shit ton of money.
All right, you can see the screen, correct?
Yep.
All right, let's rock into it. All right, first overall, Fernando Mendoza to the Las Vegas Raiders. Any surprise?
No. If they don't go Mendoza, that would be
the bigger surprise.
That would be a surprise. Yeah, 100%.
All right, second overall, the New York Jets take Arvell Reese. I think so. There's been a kind of a new discourse surrounding Arvell, and I feel like it's kind of an interesting conversation to have here regarding him. Some people see him as an off-ball linebacker. Some people see him as a true edge. Where do you kind of stand on that one? Because I can kind of go both ways.
That's what she said. But no, so it just it just depends on
shows up late and making jokes.
It just depends on what system, because for a team like the Jets, I think he has to play off the ball. I don't think he has any, like, he can add value just in terms of being a situational pass rusher with Will McDonald and who am I thinking? Jermaine Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but to have the best 11 players out there, the best thing would be to have them stacked. So for the Jets, it makes sense. For the Cardinals, I would say put them on the edge because they don't have a dominant edge rusher. So
yeah, the Jets could use some more pass rush help as it is. So you can use Arvell in a variety of ways. Off ball, let him cook that way. Also having him play as a off the edge guy checks out a lot of boxes. Number 3, kind of the first surprise here of the draft, Francis Marianoa going to the Arizona Cardinals at 3. I kind of go back and forth on which one I prefer, Francis or Spencer Fano. Some days it's Spencer and some days it's Francis. I'm right now kind of more on the Fano side because I like him being more of a pure tackle. I do think Maui has more of a versatility to him, though. I like him as a guard a bit better than as a tackle, but I do think he fits for this team. We'll see what ends up happening coaching-wise here, but I think he'd be a decent fit with this team. You already have one really good tackle in Paris Johnson. I think you could find your opposite one and make it Francis. Worst case for Francis, he sucks at tackle. You just play him at guard, and he could be a really good guard. So it does feel a little early, though. What are your thoughts on this one?
It's only early if they don't like him. And apparently, according to this mock draft, if the Cardinals think that's their other bookend tackle, then you take them regardless of what people say. But to your point, The argument more so to me is it Fano or is it Francis based on who's a long term tackle? Because you can't take a guard this high. That's where being this high, like he has to succeed at tackle in order
True.
for this pick to
Yeah.
be,
You're not drafting to
like
play
a
guard.
win. You're not drafting him to play guard because if you do, it's like you could have waited for that pick. You know what I mean? But I don't dislike the player or the pick. It's just like to me, it's like tackle or nothing because he's third overall.
It's an interesting question from Dan the Man. Does Mel have inside knowledge?
Yes,
I'd say
I
I'm
tell
sure
you.
he has some sources. I'm sure he does.
So so Mel is really cool with a lot of guys who were former scouts back in the day, young scouts working their way up. Those young scouts who worked their way up are now GMs and a bunch of different executives. That's why he never name drops, guys. Like he never name drops GMs or different executives. He knows them. He gets a lot of privy info that a lot of other analysts don't get. Like I've seen the text messages, so I know.
Ooh. All right. After number 3, we got number 4, the Tennessee Titans taking David Bailey. I feel like David Bailey is a pretty good fit here, but I also kind of wonder if that just means they're giving up on the kid they took last year in the second round, who kind of fits the mold of what they were hoping for. He converted linebacker, plays as an off ball, or sorry, plays as an outside linebacker, kind of that more DPR focused guy. But obviously, he's so raw technically wise that I just don't know if they're going
Yeah,
to rock with him. Um, I almost feel like Ruben Bain would be almost a different body type if you're not going to give up on him. But this pick kind of would indicate that you're like, we need somebody that can come off the edge. And for Robert Saleh, which is now the head coach, I think this one makes a bit of sense here because Robert Saleh is not afraid to go with undersized guy. He took Will McDonald.
exactly. I don't think they're giving up on him. I just think they're saying we need the most impactful player, right?
Yeah.
Maybe, or just like because the Titans need good players, no matter what position, they just need good players. But
Well,
but it
would
helps
you
if
not?
you build that D line first.
Would you prefer a receiver here to help your young quarterback?
Uh,
I'm kind of just of the mind of like just whoever they think is best player, take them.
like so because they have so many holes, I wouldn't like reach for a receiver unless I absolutely loved him. Like
Fair.
absolutely, I'm talking about if I think this dude is Jefferson, Chase,
Mm,
Puka, JSN type of guy, a pure like just dominance, then take them. But to me, you got to build a team. Like they need a team around Cam, regardless of positions. They need good players, and David Bailey is a really good player. And you got to build your team inside out. So to me, you go D line, O line when you're talking about the best players available. It's a plan. I mean, me personally, I would go with Ruben Bain.
hmm
But I see why they like David Bell. Like I see why this pick would make sense.
Yeah.
Like I get it.
In Salah's scheme, I actually kind of prefer Bailey more than Bain, but I do think Bain is the better player. But given like the type of prototypes that Salah kind of leans towards, I don't hate
He's
this
gonna
pick
go
at
with
all.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't hate this one. All right, 5, New York Giants go Carnell Tate. They don't take Jordan Tyson, probably because of the injury bug. They go with Carnell Tate here to have a, by the way, the duo of Malik Neighbors and Carnell Tate. I think that's a like almost a perfect pairing in a lot of ways. I mean, even Jordan Tyson makes
This
a
would be
ton
a
of
good fit for
sense.
Tate.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
my only question with this pick is that Harbaugh is not a guy that, I mean, they did take Zay in round 1. They did go, was Bateman? Bateman was a first round pick too, right? Correct me if I'm wrong there. I want to say he
Yep.
was. So they have taken some
Yeah.
receivers in the past.
Was.
I do wonder if maybe Harbaugh would prioritize building the lines of scrimmage and maybe would lean like a Spencer Fano here. But I feel like there's already a really good infrastructure on that offensive and defensive line to where you can kind of afford to take one of these skill players. And then with your early day 2 pick, that's when you add the offensive line piece. So I don't hate this pick at all. I think the abilities of Carnell Tate down the field, the steadiness that he is as a player,
Man.
can fill in as a number
Yep.
1 with Neighbors' injury, can be your perfect number 2 next to Neighbors. I think this is a very solid pick.
It'll be interesting to see how so the way the draft works, the GM or the head coach, one has more power than the other. They'll never say that out loud, but that's the nature of every team. But then it boils down to who has the owner's ear,
Mm,
right? If it's a like a real discussion of I want this guy, but he wants this guy. or they come to some sort of agreement and say, all right, well, let's take this guy here, and if the like this position is where we're going next, and these are the guys that probably fall, like things like that. So it'd be interesting to see how much say so Harbaugh has, because I'm telling y'all this, like a lot of head coaches don't have a lot of say so. Like they watch the players and they say who they like, who they prefer to have, but
I feel like
um,
with this team though, with
it's
how Joe Shane is kind of on thin ice, he might have a little bit more
uh,
of a saying in this one.
Harbaugh.
Yeah, just given how Joe Shane is just on thin ice in reality.
I mean, he is, but he's actually not drafting bad. I mean,
No, he's
also
not.
he's drafting really high every year, so it's hard to be wrong. So let's put that out there. So, but I think Harbaugh will help, kind of be a calmer mind and say, let's start at this position, maybe. Like wide receiver has been a very popular pick for them. It wouldn't surprise me, to your point, if they go Spencer Fano. It would not surprise me, and build up an O line to protect Dart, and have a better running game, and then draft Elijah Surratt in the second round, maybe. You know what I mean? Like it's like they have options. So it'd be interesting to see how it all plays out. But who has the owner's ear at the end of the day will will probably determine who they take.
All right, number 6. Speaking of Spencer Fano, he goes here to the Cleveland Browns. Makes a
That's
lot
a
of
good pick.
sense with the
Good
two, I
pick.
guess, with the probably your number 1 receiver and Cardinal Tate off the board. Tyson's injury history. Browns want a surefire hit. Spencer Fano checks a lot of boxes.
Yep, that's a good pick.
7. The Commanders go Ruben Bain. Give them some big old pass rushers on that team. I feel like that makes a lot of sense. I've seen a lot of Caleb
It
Downs
does.
go into the Commanders, and of course, I think Caleb Downs is a special player. But I'm always kind of, I'm never going to be mad at a Caleb Downs pick, but I'm always kind of the mind that one of these pass rushers makes more sense for this team. Because what's the point in having this, really young secondary if you don't have a single dude on your defensive line that can get after the quarterback?
Second effective passer.
Bane
Absolutely.
is, I mean,
Yeah.
we've seen it in the playoffs. He just gets after dudes. I don't care about the T-Rex arms. He gets after dudes. I mean, he puts
Yeah.
people
Like
on their ass. He's strong, physical, good against the run. The only con to his game really is the shorter arms, and
I'm
I
about
think
to
in
say,
Washington
like
he'd be a great fit.
he'll be fine in the NFL. Like his if his only con is something he can't control, that's how good he is. Like he can't control the fact that he probably has 31 and 3/4 arms. He can't control it. But everything else, he checks every box. Running past game, his effort, his motor, his technique, his hands. So I love this pick. Like Ruben Bain, his playoff run was so dominant.
It
It
was good.
was so dominant where if you're Washington and you need help, like David Bailey or Ruben Bain are going to fall to you. So to me, it's a win-win.
All right, number 8, the New Orleans Saints go with Jordan Tyson. I
I like
love
this pick.
if Tyson was healthy, I would love this pick that much more. I do really worry though about having Chris Olave with all the injury history he's had with the concussions, and then having Jordan Tyson with all the injury history he has. That does scare me a little bit. But the idea of having Olave, Vele, Jordan Tyson, and Tyler Shock on that offense, I think that makes their offense like really exciting for next year.
I would to that point. That's probably like as much as I like Tyson as the fit. When you throw in like the injury stuff, I would probably go Jeremiah Love.
Interesting. You take Jeremiah Love over. I guess with the two pass rushers off the board, their other option would be like
That's what I'm saying.
either corner or maybe Peter Woods.
Possibly, but I don't know if I don't like. I don't know if Mickey Loomis wants to go back to Clemson.
No, I don't think Saints
He's been
fans want him to
he's
go
been
back to Clemson.
scarred. Yeah,
Yeah,
like it's like you know what, Peter Woods can be good somewhere else. Best of luck to
yeah,
you.
that's
So
fair.
like, you know what I mean? But like, if if Jordan Tyson medical is
Good.
uncertain
Yeah.
to me, you just take Jeremiah Love. Alvin Kamara's on his way out. He's getting older. Kendra Miller hasn't panned out the way they wanted to. And I mean, why not?
Dan, we'll answer your question about the coaches after this mock draft. We'll get to that one. Number 9, the Chiefs take Jeremiah Love. I mean, just one makes just the most sense. My question is, if you're the Chiefs, if
It
if
does.
Love and Downs are both here, I mean, that is
Mm,
a tough. I mean, it's a good place to be at
mm.
because you're good either way. it's just kind of like they're two non-premium positions, but you know that you're maybe getting the two best players in the draft. One of the two.
Yeah.
So it's a good and bad spot to be in because it's like we need a pass rusher, we need a receiver, but Downs isn't that good of a safety
Oh,
prospect, and then Jeremiah Love's that good of a running back prospect. It's hard to really be mad either way. It's just do these players make you, I don't know, significantly better in the long run?
right.
I don't know,
Yeah.
right? Because again, I think Downs and Love are great, but really this team needs pass rushers, receiving help, a tight end, a right tackle, interior defensive line
A
depth,
safety.
a corner. I mean, they have some needs, and this is a roster that's getting kind of
Peter
picked
Woods
apart.
make more sense to me.
It does, but I'm not going to be
Peter,
mad at them if with this set of
no,
players here, because Bain and Bailey are off the board at this point, and the two top
yep.
receivers are. So I'm fine with them going just best player in a position of need, and I think Downs and Love are significantly better than Woods, so I can't be mad at it. But yeah, it is sort of the thing of like, damn, are the two best players in this draft class are two non-premium position players.
Positions, right. That's the that's the tough part, but I can see them taking Love, but I mean, it sucks that the tackle class isn't stronger because right here they will probably take a tackle, like
Well, that and
in a
the two
perfect
top
world,
already went. Yeah.
right? That's what I'm saying. Like in a perfect world, as much as they might love Jeremiah Love, they would take a tackle,
Yeah.
but I don't disagree with the pick. It's just
Yeah.
they have so many other holes.
They do. If you're a Chiefs fan watching this, we did a rebuild on this team. Go
We
check
did
it
a
out.
rebuild, yeah.
It's
Ah.
quite the journey we went on with that one. All right, number 10, we got the Bengals taking Caleb Downs. In my opinion, these are the two best players in this draft. It's just
Yep,
they play safety and running back. But for the Bengals, this one checks a lot of boxes. They just need difference makers. I feel like they need guys in that
they
defense
do.
that can make plays, keep that defense in check. I feel like they're getting some better production off the edge. If they can get Shamar Stewart to pick up his slack, that's really exciting. But you have Joseph Osai, assuming you bring him back. Plus, they have a decent bit of cash as well this offseason, so they could maybe address corner or offensive line. So if Cincinnati gets a Caleb
Offensive line.
Downs, and if Shamar takes a step forward next year, and you fix up that offensive line and Burrow stays healthy, Bengals could be pretty good if big if, which they usually don't, but if they nail the offseason.
They have to. I mean, ultimately, to your point, they have to protect Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Like, let's just call a spade a spade.
Yep.
Joe Burrow is a top three quarterback in this league when he's healthy. I don't care what nobody say. I'm telling you what I know. He's that good, and he's been playing behind scraps his whole career. So if they have to spend money in the offseason protecting him so when the draft comes, they can go and get a Caleb Downs, go get a playmaker on the other side of the ball. But God, like that roster isn't as far away as some other teams who are picking ahead of them,
Yeah.
especially with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase on the
Problem
roster.
is the Bengals front office is silly is the nicest way to say it. Bad.
It's Well, what the issue is, it's me, you, Cade, and two other dudes who work in the back. Like they don't have a big staff, so a lot of guys fall through the cracks, or they don't. To me, because I know those scouts, like they don't get a good picture of the entire country because one guy has to do so many guys in terms
Yeah.
of work, so they get screwed there.
That's what happens when your owner's cheap. All right, number 11, the Dolphins take Keldrick
100%.
Falk. Huh.
Oh,
Interesting. I actually like the pairing of Falk next to Chop. This almost kind of feels a little bit like Rashawn Gary and like very light version of
but
this.
see,
Rashawn with
I
Micah,
don't
kind of like what we saw from Green Bay this year.
and that's what it's going. I mean, that's what it's going to look like eventually. Like that's what they're trying to do. Like
Yeah,
it'll be Green Bay South, Seattle's Green Bay West. Oh, I'm serious. Like
I feel you.
these are the these are the names, and then New England's Green Bay East now because a lot of guys from Green Bay are there. But Miami, if they take Keldrick Falk, do you play him at DN or do you play
Mm.
him at D tackle? Because that like Halfley runs a 4-3.
Yeah, I was
He's
gonna
not an
say,
odd
yeah.
front
No, he
guy,
is. No.
not even a little bit. It's
He
four
Keldrick
down.
could kind of be yeah, I'm a Cowboys fan, so this kind of works. He can kind of be DeMarcus Lawrence in a way. Because D-Law was that bigger
I
run
can see
stuffer
that.
off the edge that can get you a few sacks here and there. And he had a
Yeah.
couple really good years getting after the quarterback. But then when you got Micah there, when those two were healthy, it was really exciting
It
right
was
there. So
impressive. It was impressive. Yeah.
it checks a couple boxes. I just I don't know. I mean, that Dolphins team, man, they're in a rough spot.
I think they go corner here. Knowing the GM, knowing the DC, if it's
But
not a pass rusher, like they would have to absolutely love Keldrick Falk in ways that they love Ruben Bain and David Bailey. Like he would have to
true.
be spoken about in that light to go top 15.
My only pushback on that is, Halfley had some great defenses the past few years, even without top corners.
Um, yes and no,
The
but
defense would have been better if they had a good corner.
my point
Yeah,
exactly.
that would have been nice.
That's kind of my point. Like
Yep.
that defense got exposed when they didn't have a corner. Like I love Keyshawn and I love Karen. All they're not true ones. So when you don't have one, when push comes to shove, it's going to get exposed. Um, it'd be interesting to see. Like because they're rebuilding the roster, they do probably go D line here.
Yeah.
When you're
Checks out.
trying to start over, start fresh, that's where you start. You start up front. You start with guys who can protect the quarterback and who can affect the quarterback. So, like it checks out, but Minnesota Lane. I'm just saying
We got some.
he's a better player than Kelsey Falk to me.
I think so too. We got some comments here. Earl Williams 3225. Take best player available regardless of need. Hopefully, Du Bois. I think that means is it D Boys. I'm assuming that's Cowboys. Can target key playmaking free agents on the open market, as well as a potential trade for pass rushing edge rusher. Hey, I'll take that. Max Crosby. I'm always game for that one. And then
They don't have the pick or the money.
Man, I tell you what, I see these articles like every day from Cowboys fans. Like, we can open up $100 million, but we have to restructure Dak, CD, Osa, Kenny Clark, Duron. It's like
Everybody.
every top rate. I'm like, guys, you guys want to be abysmal in 5 years? Like, I like to stay pretty decent.
5 years.
Hey, as long as Dak's here, we're good. We're good. Slam and Sammy says Bengals will go Downs, Woods, or the best offensive lineman available for sure. Yeah.
I can see that.
I like all those
That would make
options.
sense. I do too.
Next one is I wonder if Cowboys would go with Falk if available over Styles. Boy, I hope not.
Hold on. Oh,
Sammy, you my op, bro? Damn.
Because Metro respect Keldrick Falk for what he is.
Yes.
Does not want him on the Cowboys. So I'm curious to hear what you have to say about if Keldrick Falk's sitting there, Sonny Styles is there. And Jerry says he would Falk, Auburn University.
It would not shock me. Here's the thing, I like
because he wants to stop the run.
Right. Well, and we have guys now. That's the one thing we were kind of decent at last year. My whole thing is this: I like Falk, but it's the same thing that I felt about Shamar. It's the same thing I felt about Micah Williams and a couple other these bigger, more upside. Kind of the same thing with who is that interior pass rusher that Tampa Bay took a few years ago.
Yaya.
Not Yaya. Well, maybe Yaya included there, but one of those interiors. I think they're good players, but I want another team to take them. I want another team to take that risk because I'm scared of them because Keldrick's got a lot of things going for him. He's big, he's strong, long arms, good as stout against the run, can get some production off the edge, but he's so raw as a pass rusher. That's what Dallas needs, right? Ezeraku was really good against the run last year. He can become a good pass rusher, but we don't know that. He might be maxed out at 8 sacks a season. You need somebody next to him. And look, if Dallas takes Keldrick Falk, I would trust them because Dallas typically drafts pretty well. And I got to be honest with you, I have not loved a Cowboys draft pick in a while. Like when they took last year, they took Booker.
The last one.
Well, I liked their second and third round picks last year, but when they took Booker, I was like, damn. I was like, we're gonna. He was good though. When they took Guyton, I didn't like the Guyton pick. When they took Mozzie, I didn't like the Mozzie pick. When they took Tyler Smith, oh my gosh, I was about to throw a freaking rage. I was so pissed.
I love that pick. What, bro?
I wasn't.
Guy.
I was a little younger. I didn't really scout him too much, but I was not a fan of that one. But no, my favorite. I mean, when they took CD, the Booker pick, I was pissed at the Booker pick, but when they took Ezeraku round 2 and Savon Ravel, I was like, okay, it kind of works out a little bit. I'm not too mad about it, but Speaking of the Cowboys, at number 12, they take Sonny Styles. So fortunately, this situation doesn't pop up here. Keldrick's already off the board. Sonny makes a ton of sense for this team. I think Dallas because, by the way, they hired a defensive coordinator.
My guy,
Yeah,
Christian
Parker.
Parker, man. That is my dude.
Go ahead. Explain.
Yeah.
What do you know about Parker?
So
So all Cowboys fans, because I'm interested to hear too.
so I worked with him in Green Bay. He's from Virginia. But great guy, hard worker. He was in Green Bay for 2 or 3 years. I
Yeah.
think we were 3 years together. Then he went Denver
Mm-hmm.
as DB coach, pass game coordinator, then
In
the
Philly.
Philly
Yeah.
as the same role, but he's super smart. Like the things you saw in terms of lack of focus in the secondary, lack of playmaking, just like the mental errors that like showed up week
And there
in and
was a
week
lot of
out,
them.
you won't see, you will not see. Like he's a detail oriented person. Who like he is super smart. Like I love talking football with him. Like he knows this stuff um better than most. Like he's really good. Like Dallas got a gym. I'm low key sad because Green Bay had the chance to hire him
I
like
know.
3 years ago and did not do it, and it pissed me off because I know how good he is. And now he's in Dallas. I'm just like, oh, only if they screw up the draft can they make him look bad.
See, I hope not. That's the thing though.
But
With
he's
with
good.
with him, he's gonna want guys in the secondary that can play. That's my
So
thoughts.
yeah.
Because I don't see him
So
going into. Because didn't they draft? I can't. I'm not sure his tenure with the Philadelphia Eagles, but wasn't he probably part of
he
the
was
reason why they
there.
took Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell in the same draft?
He was there. He was there with them
Yeah.
because he had just got from Denver with
Mm-hmm.
Pat Surtain and
Sertan,
that crew.
Moss, yeah,
Yep. And
McMillan.
then his first year he drafts or they draft Quinyon and Cooper and all pro type dudes. You know what I mean? Like under his tutelage. So
I'm
Dallas
expecting.
is in good hands.
I'm
Dallas is
expecting
in really
Dallas
good
to go
hands.
corner here. If Mansour Delay and Jermon
It's
McCoy are here, I feel like they're gonna go that way.
it it wouldn't surprise me, but I do know he does value an intelligent Mike Backer.
Hmm. Well,
So
Sonny Styles checks some
so
boxes.
Sonny Styles checks the box.
Yeah,
So it wouldn't surprise me, but like when I say Metro, y'all got yourself a good DC. Like
I hope
that
so.
dude he is primed to have his career take off and get Dallas back to prominence.
The bar is quite low, so I think he's good with Eberflus. Oh my gosh! All right, 13. The Rams take Jermon McCoy. Checks a lot of boxes. He's got to prove he can be healthy though. He's got to run well. He's got to test well. If the medical's clear, I could see him being a top
That's
15 pick. And I like his fit for
that is
for LA. It's just the medicals have to be good.
that's rich for a dude who didn't play. Now, and like I don't know, I watched this tape from last year. If I'm saying last year he's a top 10 pick, then this makes sense.
Yeah.
But outside of that, this is rich for a guy who's missed a whole year of football.
Now, let me ask you, what if he goes to the combine, runs a 4.46, looks smooth in back pedal, hip rotation, all that stuff, and he looks good during his pro day and stuff like that, workouts, things like that. Does that make this pick like, okay, I can live with this? You want to
He
wait
hasn't
till you
played
see him?
football.
You want to wait to see him? Is he
Yeah,
he's
like
not at the Senior Bowl, is he?
if
Probably
he
not.
if he does if he does go, it'll be just to do interviews and meet with teams and tell them about his progression if he
Yeah.
does go. But I doubt he goes. But it's just at 13, like but to me, that's a gamble that the Rams can take.
Yeah, they're so talented, they can get away with it. Especially
Yeah,
they still have Chris Shula. I mean, I'm sure Chris is going to get a head coaching job, but if Shula sticks around for another year, yeah, you're set.
right. So the Rams can do it. It's just guys coming off injury.
Scary.
Scary.
Yeah, I
It
don't blame
just
you.
I'm just
All right,
love the player. Just
number 14, Ravens go with Makai Lemon.
they can't. I love
Ugh,
Makai. You know how much I love Makai.
I love him too, but him and Zay,
They can't.
yikes,
They
yikes.
can't.
That's tough.
They can't do that.
They
Like
would be better
that.
taking Denzel Boston here, in my opinion.
That would Peter Woods.
Peter. Yeah, you're right. Peter Woods.
You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
it's to me, like you go like I when listen, people, I love Mekhi Lemon. Like I have him as wide receiver one still. That is my guy. I think he's a dog. He can't go to Baltimore because he's going to be misused or underutilized,
Yeah, I
and
agree.
he's going to be a second tallest receiver there. Like no,
Sammy had
no,
an
no, no,
interesting
no, no.
comment about people mocking Lemon to the Rams. He said, he said, do the Rams really need two Pukas? I think they're different.
He's faster than Puka,
Yeah, they're a little
and
bit
he's
different.
stronger. Yeah, and like I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. Slow guys are hard to cover. That's why Puka's good. Puka's not fast.
No,
He's
no.
so hard to cover because him and Devontae are the same type of player. Devontae is elite at the line of scrimmage. Puka is elite at the top of the route in terms of having people on his body. Elite. Like he can make all the catches. But because they move at the same speed every route, they can run 4.55 every route for 4 quarters. That's what makes them so good. So, and Makai falls into that lane, so it would actually work. They don't need a deep threat. Like they don't need a true like burnt. They don't need it. As we can see, like they're still in the playoffs without a real deep threat. So, um, yeah, like I mean, if you had three Pukas,
You're
are
doing
you
pretty good.
complaining?
Nope.
Like, are you really complaining?
Nope.
You talk about three dudes who can get open and catch the ball. Name of the game.
Tank for Ty says Ty Simpson is QB1. All right, buddy. I think you're a little biased, but I love it.
I love it. I love
15,
it.
$15 go Kenyon Sadiq. Another weapon?
I don't. I don't like
Jeez.
that pick. I do not like that
I
pick.
see this pick a
That's a bad
lot.
pick to me.
I see this pick a lot, and I don't look. I know they need a tight end, but she just took a Mecca last year. You have Mike, you have Chris, you have Tej, you have McMillan. And their tight end's not bad, right? It's just I think he's a free agent this year, but I'm sure they'll bring him back. I don't know. I feel
Was
like
it Cameron Brate?
no,
Is
not
it Brate?
Bray. I'm blanking on his
Otten?
names. Um, I should know this. Kate Otten.
Kate Otten, yeah.
Oh,
Otten, yeah.
maybe you said I couldn't hear you, but I think this is like a really excellent spot for Peter Woods. I think this is a really good spot. Oh, speaking of Ty Simpson, we'll talk about him in a second. Tank for Ty. Just give us a few minutes. We'll get to your guy. I just putting
I
more weapons on this offense does not make this offense better. It just comes down to Baker
no,
Mayfield. And you have to fix this defense. This defense was way too inconsistent last year. They have guys, they got some
absolutely.
young pieces in the secondary. You got to get better defensively. Get some help off the
Master of the
edge.
lane, Peter Woods. They're sitting right there on the board.
I even don't hate the idea of like Cassius Howell here. I don't hate it because they need a pass rusher.
I mean, pass rusher.
But yeah, I'm not a big fan of this one. All right, tank for Ty. We got your guy here. Ty Simpson, 16th, the New York Jets.
I don't dislike this pick.
I think Ty Simpson gets a
I like
lot of
Ty.
crap. And I
I
can
like Ty.
kind of understand it because he's shorter. He's maybe 6 foot, 6'1". You know, he's not the strongest guy in the world. He's not a great athlete necessarily. He's a fine athlete, but I think
Yeah.
he makes NFL level throws. It's just, are you okay with him being a little bit undersized? And if you're okay with that, and if you're, I mean, Alabama did him no justice last year. Their offensive line was trash. Their run game was bad. They had what 30 some odd drops last year. Tank for Ty with the sunglass emoji. I love it. But yeah, I think for the Jets, I think this would be a good pick. Now, in an ideal world, you get him at 33, and then you draft him a weapon right here, like Denzel Boston with Garrett Wilson, and then you get Simpson around 2.
Yeah.
But there's no promise you're able to get that done. I don't hate this pick though. I really
Well,
don't.
the only way this, if you don't take him here,
You have to trade
like the
back up
Jets
right here.
have enough picks, you got to trade back up to the first.
Yeah.
If you're at 20 with Pittsburgh and Pittsburgh doesn't take them, right? Now you're looking at teams who don't need them. Somebody will trade back, grab those picks so that you can
Yeah.
trade up, take your quarterback. So yeah, nah. I like Ty Simpson. I think to your point, he can make every throw. He has a stronger arm than people want to give credit for. He's a better athlete than people want to give credit for. In big games, he doesn't play bad. He does try and play hero ball, but that's because the guys around him don't show up. They don't show up.
Yeah, they don't.
Like is I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback. Your success is dependent on the other 10 guys around you. Protection, receiving, and your run game. It's directly linked. So it doesn't matter who the player is at quarterback, it's directly linked to the other 10 guys. And you talk about Alabama team who could not run the ball versus a high school Pee Wee team, JV team. Like it was so bad. So bad. So Ty Simpson, but with that being said, he has to measure over like 6'1.5". Has to measure tall. He better wear like 6 pair of socks. Like
Yep.
so help himself out. But I like the pick.
17. Oh, one more thing on Tank for Ty. Tank for Ty says, I personally think Ty goes top 10. I want my New York Jets to take him at 2. I think he is elite. Jets better draft him early. Good show, fellas. Thank you, Tank. Top 10's a little rich for
Appreciate you,
me.
Tank.
A little rich for me. Look, I like Ty. I don't think he goes top 10. If you are a Jets fan, take him at 16. You should be able to take him there, unless Pittsburgh jumps you for him. If Pittsburgh jumps you for him, I think you just say,
That's
well, good job, I guess. We're good.
well,
We'll continue to build our defense.
if Pittsburgh trades up at any point, best believe quarterback's being taken.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
with that being
They
said,
haven't hired a head coach.
it all depends. They haven't.
Yeah,
They just interviewed Mike McCarthy today.
Jesus.
So, but I'm telling you now, he don't like short quarterbacks. So
Nope.
he ain't going to Pittsburgh. If Mike McCarthy's the head coach, he's not going to Pittsburgh.
All right, Detroit Lions take Vivek Ione. They're assuming they're going to move Ratledge to center. I don't hate that pick at all. I think you need more of a tackle, though.
That
would be my thing. I'd prefer kind of Caleb Lomu here, but I'm not going to be mad at this pick. He fits what they're trying to do. 18, Vikings go Mansour Delane. Makes a lot of sense. I mean, Byron Murphy, Isaiah Rodgers, Mansour. I wonder if in this situation, by the way, I think they're going to keep Flores unless he gets a head coaching job, which I think Flores would also be a front runner in Pittsburgh. So we'll see about that one. But
I can see that.
I do wonder maybe he plays a bit in the slot.
Mansour,
I mean, Murphy can play on the slot. All these guys can kind of flex inside. But I like this pick a lot because it checks a box for what Minnesota likes, which is these versatile guys that can line up all across, the defense. And Mansour can do that.
Yep.
19, Panthers go CJ Allen. Oh, I like that one. I like that one a lot. That's exactly what type of guy they need.
I do too.
Just a veteran.
Put him right behind a leader. Derek Brown.
Mm-hmm. I like that pick.
Mm-hmm.
Number 20, Dallas Cowboys go Akeem Mesidor. Old man.
I don't hate that.
I don't hate it either.
Not gonna lie to you. I do not hate that pick.
I don't hate it either. They need a dude off the edge. Again, I think they're going to go linebacker and corner in this class. That's my prediction. Or if Downs falls them, they'll go safety and then take a linebacker or corner. I think they're going to focus on the back end and the linebackers because I think they're okay with their defensive line. Even if they bring back Jadeveon and maybe sign somebody. But if they do go Mesidor here, I ain't going to be mad at it. I won't be mad at it.
You're going to get one good contract out. You got one rookie deal out of him before
that's our window.
31.
That is
you got a 5-year deal. But truthfully, that's why you take him in the first round because you do have a 5th-year option where you don't have to pay him a lot, pay him a little bit more. And then if he's 31 going into his 6th year, you don't want to sign him. You don't have to. But you're not going to pay him top dollar because he's a lot older than a lot of guys going into the second contract. So this actually pans out. This is a good pick.
The Cowboys' window is, Dak Prescott's career, and Dak's already in his 30s. Once Dak's gone, all that restructure money, you got to figure it out. That's
Joe Milton, baby.
I don't know about that one.
Joe Milton.
Earliest I see Mesidor go is the Patriots in the back of round 1. I think there's going to be a lot of craziness that happens in the back of round 1. I think you're going to see guys like Joshua Josephs go in the first. I'm not saying him specifically, but those type of guys that we might be mocking in rounds 2 or 3, making it to round 1 because it's kind of a big old crapshoot.
So whatever the strongest positions are, to me, it's edge rusher, corner, and what am I missing? Maybe receiver, just depending on your flavor. Like those 3 positions, there's going to be a run on a position in the first round where you're like, why is he going in the first round? Because the board is getting thin at the top. And in the second round, you're not going to have the guys that you want. So you take them in the back of the first, or you trade up and try and grab your guy because the coach is going to fall in love with one or two players in this draft, and they're going to tell the GM, I got to have him because he's going to help us win. But King Mesidor, good pick.
A
Good
little
pick right
surprised
there.
that Peter Woods is still available here. Denzel Boston goes 21 to the Steelers. See, I actually kind of think they're a better fit for like a KC Concepcion more than a Denzel
Yeah.
Boston, just because
They
they
need
already
somebody who
have,
can
yeah,
create.
yeah, they need somebody that can
Yep.
create in space, work in the
Yep.
screen game, find a hole in zone. But I don't hate Denzel Boston. I think he's probably the fourth best receiver, so it checks some boxes here. 22, the Chargers go Peter Woods.
It was. They
Good pick.
okay.
I don't hate it.
I do because I saw Justin
Offensive
Herbert
line.
walking off the field. They need to go. Oh, they need to trade up. Let's just
This would be a
call
Proctor
it a
pick.
spade. Go get a big man who can protect. And I love Peter Woods. I think he's a top 15 player in this draft. I really do. Top 20, top 15, somewhere in there. But the way Justin Herbert was getting abused week in and week out when his bookend tackles went down, the guys just start falling apart. No, bro, unless Peter Woods can play guard, do not.
He might. He played edge.
Hey, hey,
Don't
pay him double.
don't threat Peter
Pay him
Woods.
double
He might play guard for that team.
because God, I don't like when good quarterbacks don't get the chance to be good because they're back there running for their life.
Yes, Sammy says that I'd have taken Pregnon there. It's tough to disagree with you there. It's tough to disagree.
Thank you, Sammy.
Philly takes Avion Terrell.
I can see that. I can see it.
I could see it too. I do wonder.
They need a
I think
third.
he's a slot. And then what are you gonna do with Cooper? Are you gonna kick him out? Because I think Cooper's so good in the slot.
I don't think Avion Terrell's a slot player because he's too small. Yeah.
It would make
That's
sense
why.
for Philadelphia because you do have Cooper that's so big and stout against the run. Avion,
Yep.
who, by the way, Avion's feisty, dude. He tries. He's
He
tiny, but he tries.
He doesn't play small.
No, he
Which
doesn't.
I can appreciate.
I don't hate it. Okay. This is really interesting. 24, Browns go Zachariah Branch.
I can see it.
Really? I would hate this pick. I would hate it.
I can see it. I remember I had him in my top 5.
That is true. Where's he on your big board? Is he how high is he? Give me like a range. Top 50?
No.
Oh, so he's outside the top 50.
My board's totally different from the last time we did a big board. It's totally different.
So
because 6 more games.
What range is Branch in now?
He's like 60 to 80, somewhere in there, 60 to 70.
Yeah, he's outside my top 75. I'll say that. I've scouted him. I scouted the first half of the season. I got to get to the second half, which I know he's been better in the second half. So maybe he'll go up a little bit. I have a tough time with this one because number one, I just think there's better receiver options out there. I think Omar Cooper's better. I think Elijah Surratt's better. KC Conception's on the board here still. Branch is
that would be the only
dynamic as hell.
guy I'd take over him.
Really? I don't know. I just think Branch's speed you can't teach. I'll give you that one, but I just don't think he's a finished product. And the Browns need a finished product. Not a finished product, but somebody close to being a finished product.
None of them are. That's why, the only guy I would take over Branch for if you're going to go with the guy who can, because truthfully, Cleveland is just saying with this pick, just give me a guy who can. I don't have to do much for.
But they have Isaiah.
He doesn't have to go downfield.
They have Bond.
But yeah, Bond has to prove that he can do it.
He's a speed guy though. You have Bond, who's your speed
guy.
Bond's
the deep threat speed guy. Bond isn't a catch and go guy. True. He isn't a catch, make you miss guy. Branch is a punt returner. But again, to that point, I would take KC. I think KC plays bigger downfield. I think granted, the different body types, I think KC plays tougher and stronger as a receiver more consistently. Whereas Branch has flashes of it. He's dynamic with the ball. Right here, if you're going to go receiver, I would take KC over Branch. But I can see why they take Branch. Granted, and with that being said, I don't think they go Zachariah Branch right here. I don't think Andrew Berry goes 5'10" receiver.
If they take him rounds 2 or 3, then that's fine with me. But round 1, it's just this is if this is the pick, I'd be astounded by it, honestly. All right, 25. The Bears go Caden McDonald. Checks
Good
out.
pick.
Makes a lot of sense.
Good pick.
Interesting. 26, the Bills go Chris Brazzell. Feels like Chris Brazzell's kind of, I don't want to say falling off boards a little bit, but definitely his stock has fallen a little bit. What are your thoughts here with this pick?
I actually like this pick because he's a big guy who can run. And
He
like
can.
Buffalo
He
needs
can
that.
move.
Buffalo needs that deep threat. Like they have plenty of guys who can get open and catch the ball under, you know what I mean? Like they have better, like just pure receivers, but they don't have size and speed. Keon Coleman hasn't panned out. And by the way, he's been getting dogged by his owner. I would have been asked for a trade.
Oof.
There's no way I'm staying, bro.
We got to
No,
do a
but
Bills offseason video, and we got to
we
talk
do.
about that. That whole thing is
We do.
unbelievable.
It's so, oh my God. But with that being said, Chris Brazzell as an element that they just don't have in terms of top end speed, deep speed, guys who can like test Josh Allen's arm.
Yeah.
Like
Explosive
put
playmaker.
it,
That's what Brazzell is.
put it as far as you can. I'll go and get it. That's what they need. So
I don't hate
I
it.
like the pick.
Again, I think there's better receivers than Brazzell, but you take him for the fit. I like it. Again, I just this is more of a round 2 pick if you can get him, but take the player you want.
What if Cleveland took Brazzell?
I like
See?
Brazzell more than Branch personally, but
Right.
again, I'm if the Browns took Brazzell, I still hate the pick because I think you could wait till round 2 and get a similar receiver, but I wouldn't be mad at the pick. I'd be like, okay, rich, very rich. Zachariah Branch is to me is far off from Brazzell. It's like I think Brazzell's pretty much significantly better.
Kiper loves Zachariah Branch.
I can tell.
Like loves him.
Big
This is clearly
names.
his board.
Yeah. 27, Niners go Caleb Lomu, long-term replacement for Trent Williams and swing
like that
tackle,
pick.
maybe play a little guard if you need him to. 28, the Texans go Caden Proctor. I have a hard time with Proctor. There's parts of me that likes him. There's other parts of me that's like,
You don't like
it's
big
gonna
dudes who
work.
can move.
I don't. It terrifies me. Now sometimes they do work out, like really big, strong dudes that have good moving skills. I just worry that Proctor's too big, like 370 pounds. That's a lot of big man to move.
Well, that's why I think he plays guard.
I do too, but you're asking him to immediately kick inside to play guard, a position he's never played. I'm interested to see what he looks like if maybe he tries guard out during these like bowl game things like that. If he
He
does go to
will.
them, because I think he
He
should
will.
at least try it. But there is a lot to like about him though. He is a very high upside pick, and I wonder how the Texans would deploy him because their offensive line has pieces, but it has to be better. But Proctor would make them better in terms of run blockers for sure.
Yeah. I mean, like the issue is that this isn't a deep O-line
Offensive line
class.
class, yeah.
So yeah. So like when you look at Proctor in a normal draft, he's probably a mid day 2 pick.
Mm-hmm.
Like on average. But because the class is thin, it's like this is kind of what I'm left with. But at least at 28, if he fails that tackle, let's say they start him at tackle and it just doesn't work, you can kick him in guard and maybe
Try
he's
him
a
there.
solid guard. And then it's just like, all right, that's not a loss of a pick, opposed to taking Francis at 3, he fails that tackle and he's an okay guard. Then you miss twice to me. So me and you have mocked him there
Yeah.
numerous times. But
I never love it, but it's like it's probably the right choice. It's just
it's probably the right pick.
yeah.
Right.
By the way, this class got even thinner with Gooseby going back, Austin Sarahville going back. It's like, well, damn, we got what's the dude's name? The Georgia tackle going in round 1 mock drafts nowadays. I'm like,
bro,
he's good
him, the kid from Arizona State,
Hinocore.
Yeah,
he's flying up boards.
Wow, I'm telling you.
But the thing with Max, he didn't start playing football until he's in college. So I can kind of understand it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you don't take that dude in the first round.
We'll see. I don't disagree with you, by the way. Oh, speaking of the devil, Monroe Freeling, 29 of the Rams.
There you go. Right on cue.
I don't hate it. Monroe's a big dude. He's a big dude, 6'7", 315. I think he could play tackle. I think he could play guard. And I think that's kind of the thought process here. I wonder if he starts in year 1, but I don't hate the pick. I would, again, this class is weak this year. This whole draft is kind of weak. the the more
It's
you
a
like, the more you go into it, it's like, oh, it lacks that high end talent, which is a
well,
frustrating bit.
it truly lacks just like definitive guys that you feel really, really good about. Like, oh, like I feel really good about this guy at 28 through 42. Like
Mhm.
somewhere in there is I know he's going to be a good player, in 2 years. It just it's to me, it's just so many question marks. Even with even with a guy like the next guy, Caleb Banks, like it's just question marks because he's coming off of injuries. Like his injuries, it's lack of production, it's scheme fits and size. Like you can't be too big at offensive line because I mean you can't move your feet. So you know what I mean? Like it's so many question marks. I'm just ah
All right, we're almost
uh,
done with this one. Let's run through these. We can start the PFF one. We'll breeze through the PFF mock draft so we don't waste too much of your time. Broncos go Caleb Banks. We just talked about that. He
yep,
very limited sample size. This guy. Some of the
man.
production though looks really good. Some of the plays look great. He's coming off the injury too. I'm not a big Banks fan. I usually only
I
mock
like
him in round
Banks.
one because that's kind of what the consensus is. I would be a little scared to draft Banks round one because I could see the upside. I could see it, but the sample size isn't very big, and then he's coming off an injury, so we haven't seen him in over a year. I don't know.
6'6", 330.
Yeah,
Ah,
that's the nice thing.
ah, that is a crapshoot just because of the injury stuff. But that's one. I'm not a gambler. I would take that shot. I'm taking a shot.
Yeah,
If I need a run stopper, a run stuffer, like to me, they need linebackers more so than
yeah.
like
But they
interior
do
D
have some
linemen.
guys that potentially free
Like,
agents.
yeah, true.
31 Patriots go Cassius Howell. Checks a lot of boxes. They need more production off the edge. Him and Cleveon Chase on, if we bring him back, makes a lot of sense. And lastly, the Seahawks go Brandon Cisse. Any thoughts on the Cisse pick?
I can see it. Just be, just because I know how that group drafts. I can see them taking Cisse.
All right.
Tall, athletic, long, can run. He fits what Seattle likes.
All right, we'll breeze through this one. This is the PFF mock draft. Again, we'll go through quickly. Real quick, to any of you guys that are new here and are enjoying the content, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. We greatly appreciate it. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers. Once we get there, we'll probably stop going we'll stop going 1K at a time. We'll just go to reach for 10,000 at the end of the year. That's the main goal, guys. PFF mock draft simulator or PFF mock draft simulator. PFF mock draft number one. I think at this point we should just start skipping the number one pick because it's if at
Yeah.
this point it's like
Whoa.
if you don't take
Whoa.
Fernando,
No, then
I know too. We'll get to that in a
that-
second. But yeah, if you don't take Fernando, it's shocking. But yeah, number two, Bailey goes to the Jets.
that's now that makes no sense
Kind of doesn't.
unless they're trading one of the other guys.
I
Like,
mean, you
okay,
have
you can
Williams and
have
May.
three. You can have three in theory, but that means you're not going to pay one of those guys.
Yeah, that's a tough one for me. Three,
Ah,
Cardinals go Caleb Downs. They I don't whoa. They have Thompson and Buda
there-
Baker.
I don't get it.
I mean, maybe
I
Thompson
don't
doesn't
get
come
it.
back, but yeah, that's all right. Not off to a good
That's the
start,
only way that
PFF.
makes sense. That's the only way that makes sense.
Four Titans go Ruben Bain. I like this pick a bit more than Bailey one. It gives him a different body type.
Yep.
Giants go Tate. Browns go Tyson. All those. Oh,
Whoa, shit. Excuse me. Wait a
no,
minute.
feel
Time
free.
out.
Seven Commanders go Edge Cassius Howell.
Ashy is how?
Boy, PFF. No,
That's reaching. See,
no.
okay. I'm teach y'all something about drafting. Yes, they need edge rushers, but you don't go against your board. If he's not in the top 15 players on top of your board, you don't go and reach in the top of the second round and grab him and draft him in the first. You don't do that.
Yep,
That's how bad teams stay bad.
that's the reason why the
Jets,
Cowboys took Taco
Cleveland,
Charlton.
Raiders. Yes. Yeah, exactly. They reached because they needed the position to be filled by a good player.
Yep,
He's not a great player. He had potential to be a good player. Taco Charlton did.
yep.
when they reached for him, they paid him like he was a star. He acted like a star. He wasn't good. Out. So you
And
don't read.
and we think
I
Cassius
do
can
not
be a
like
good player, but
that.
he has
Not
a
a top.
lot of red flags. A lot.
Let's just okay. Let me tell you, a top 10 player is a Pro Bowler within his rookie contract. He's in all pro discussions in that rookie contract. So his first 4 to 5 years. That's what top 10 means. Top 10 don't mean he's a solid player. That means you missed. Like Clowney for the Texans, they missed because he didn't get good until he left Houston. So they missed the pick. They missed the first overall pick. Like, don't reach for players. Just take the best player. I'd rather them take Jeremiah Love.
Mm.
I would.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily like it per se because you got other holes, but I would rather you take Jeremiah Love or Cassius Howe.
There's 15 other guys I'd rather take than Cassius Howe. 15, maybe even 20.
Like, geez, what is PFF? Come on, PFF.
8, the Saints go Mekhi Lemon. Don't hate that one.
No.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I would like to see maybe get them a bit more size, because you already have Chris Olave, but I don't hate it at all. Because Chris is more of your deep threat. Mekhi can be kind of that slot guy. Chiefs go Jeremiah Love. Bengals go Peter Woods. Dolphins Mansour Delane.
Oh. Arvell Reese falls to 12. Get the fuck out of here.
Cowboys get Arvell Reese. This mock draft's
he's a
great.
Cowboys fan.
This is a great mock
He's
draft.
a Cowboys fan. That's what that tells me. They think Arvell Reese will fall to 12 and he's gonna turn into Micah.
Gordon McGinnis. I pray that you're right. I hope you're right. This mock draft. Beautiful.
It is no way. There's no way 11 teams pass on Arvell. There's no way.
Okay, let's think though. Is there any chance he makes it out of the top 5? Because he doesn't have a position. Is he a linebacker? Is he an edge? Is he good at either one of those? Is he great at either one of those things right now?
Yes.
I'm just saying.
He is great at being on the football field and making plays. If 11 teams, so to that point, I remember when Micah failed because in Green Bay we were like, oh, should we trade up and get him?
Should have. Well, you got him anyways.
It was a real discussion because you talk about talent in that draft. We were 22.
Oh yeah, we drafted Mike. I think 12th overall. That would have been tough.
No, he was no.
I think it was.
He went 18th.
No, he didn't.
Or Michael fell. I remember vividly because the so-called character issues.
Did Michael?
It pissed me off.
No, Michael was a 12th overall pick.
12?
Yeah.
Who fell to 18?
18 was Jalen Phillips. Jalen Phillips.
Miami. Oh, we loved him too.
And the Raiders took Alex Leatherwood. Oh man.
Swing and a miss.
That is one of the biggest misses of all time. Alex Leatherwood. Because in the pick after, the next tackle off the board was Christian Darrisaw. Tough.
That's why evaluations matter.
But anyways, if the Cowboys get Reese, oh man.
This could happen.
It could.
Just
it's not
to your
going
point.
To. It's not going to.
It could, but even with that, he falls into the same problem that he's going to have on every team. Where do you play him?
For the Cowboys, he could do either. He'd be used the same way I think Micah would be. Just whatever.
I don't think he's as good as Micah though.
No, I don't think so either. But I'm saying use him 50% off the edge, use him 50%, as a pure off-ball linebacker. Like he would be a big time difference maker. To your point, I don't think he makes it to 12th, but if he does,
I would be pissed.
I mean, I might go streaking. I'd be.
Please don't go streaking.
I'd be a happy man. 13. Rams go Jermod McCoy. 14. Ravens go Francis Marianoa. Like that pick a lot.
They need that.
15. Bucks go Sonny Styles. Makes a lot of sense.
That's a good
16. Pick. Denzel Boston. Yeah. I like it.
That checks out.
Mekhi's already off the board.
Mm-hmm. He went to the Saints.
Yeah, Saints at 8. Yeah, I like that then. 17 Lions go Caden Proctor.
I can see Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes doing that 100%.
I think they would as well. They could play him at guard or tackle. It just checks a lot of boxes.
Yeah.
18 Minnesota goes Avion Terrell. Again, that flexibility to play inside or outside, however they deem him best as a fit there. I like that one.
Ooh,
19, Caden McDonald. Oof.
no.
2, McDonald and
Listen,
Brown up the middle.
listen.
You ain't
You
moving
talking
them.
about
You ain't
you
moving them.
talking about immovable forces. You're not moving them, not 1 inch. As what? I love that pick. There we
Then
go.
then he pisses me off. 20, the
There
Cowboys
we
go
go.
Patrick Fall. Like,
There we
what's the
go.
point? You just took Arvell Reese. What? Why? Take CJ Allen here.
Well,
This guy's pissing me
because
off.
he's saying that he's going to play stacked.
He's saying Reese will be an off-ball linebacker and
Off
Kelly
ball
will
linebacker.
be
Yep.
okay. I still don't love it, but
I love it for you.
I do like the idea though of like Reese on first down, off-ball linebacker, Falk off the edge next to Donovan.
Yep.
Second, third down, more
third
pass
down,
situations. That's
you
when you
move.
kick Reese inside.
You move Reese outside.
Outside, yeah.
You kick Falk.
Inside.
Falk inside with
Yeah.
Quentin Williams.
And
Yeah,
Ezraku.
I mean,
Okay. All right, you talked me into it. I like
yeah.
it. 21 Pittsburgh goes KC. Like it.
I like that pick.
Chargers.
What if they went
protect-
corner there?
The Steelers, if they do things right, they could have a lot of cap space open. So they have some options here. Corner, yeah. They if you get off the Ramsey contract, which they might do, and I would if I was them, because Ramsey's not been. I mean, he's been good, but I just don't think. I just
not
don't
what
think
they
you
wanted.
need him right now. But yeah, I mean, who are you taking here though? You're taking
Mansfield Lane.
no Man's already
He's
went.
still on the board.
Did he?
Did he?
I
No.
thought he went already. I
No.
think we skipped by
Avion
him.
Terrell went.
Yeah, right here.
Jamar McCoy. Oh shit. Okay.
But you
he
could
went
take like
to,
Keith Abney
Miami.
here. Keith Abney or Brandon Cisse, Chris
Nah,
Johnson.
because
Not round one.
they already got a version of Cisse and Joy Porter.
True.
Big
But why not have
tall
two of
dude who can run and hold.
What's Metro's fault with Falk? I don't hate. We talked about this.
He
earlier.
doesn't.
I don't
He
hate
doesn't
Falk.
like big guys who can play football. All right, let's just call a spade a spade.
Look, I don't. I like first round. If you're going to be a first round edge rusher, I think you should be good at getting after the quarterback. Unless you're an interior, if you're a player off the edge, if you're going to be a first round pick in my book, you got to be able to get after the quarterback consistently, and you have to be good. You have to be decent against the run. For my preference in edge rushers, I like dudes that are havoc makers or havoc guys. I don't know if Falk is a havoc player right now. I've seen too many of those guys fail, and but kind of like the thing we talked about, where it checks off a couple boxes for Dallas. If you were to take a earlier pass rusher / Arvell Reese, which I'd be thrilled. 23, Philly goes Kenyon Sadiq. I don't hate it, especially if you lose Goddard and AJ Brown, you're gonna need somebody.
Well, yeah. Like
but I'm like, what's wrong with Dallas Goddard, man? Goddard's a stud. He's so good.
I'm about to I don't get it. Like Goddard's a good player. Yeah. He's a really good player. He just plays on a team that doesn't value him the way that some teams would.
Well, they value him in the red zone.
That makes sense.
They use him a ton in the red zone. He's like multiple touchdowns a game at times. I would rather go pass rusher here or corner. Like
who's available pass rusher wise?
Joseph's. I'm not high on Romello.
Romello?
This is too early for me. Who is still available? Let me check my big board. But there's a number of other pass rushers you can take here. Let's see here. Off the edge, you could take Cassius. No, Cassius already went. You could go Joshua Joseph, Akeem Mesidor, R. Mason Thomas. Mesidor would check the boxes for me, but they don't go there. Browns go Spencer Fano at 24. That would be a home run pick. Home run pick right here.
That's a great pick.
Who'd they go with their first pick? They went Tyson, right?
Yeah, it was Tyson or Tate. I want to say Tyson.
They took Tyson. That would be a stellar draft for the Browns. I would be ecstatic for them. 25, Bears go Christian Miller. Oh, by the way, TJ Parker didn't go round one last mock draft.
He did not.
Philly could have taken TJ Parker as well. Buffalo does go TJ, which I think makes a ton of sense for them. Niners go Lomu. Texans go Pregnon. Hey.
Pregnon. There we go.
LA Rams go Chris Johnson. Didn't they already take a corner?
They took Jamad.
Yeah. Whoa. All right.
Double up.
I guess.
Double up.
I guess, but like, why? Why?
I mean, like the Ram secondary, like that whole corner room is going to be different next
Yeah, but I would just. I mean, I guess the tackles are kind of limited at this point. Why not take Ty Simpson?
because you don't like them.
I guess they don't. I don't know. I think Ty Simpson just checks a couple boxes here. Let him sit. I mean, Ty's one of those players where it's like, do I really want to sit him? Because he's what, a
Yeah.
fifth year, fourth year guy at Alabama that was already benched for multiple years. It's kind of weird. I don't know. I would have went Ty Simpson there, but I'm not mad at it. Doubling down on corner, Jermod, Chris Johnson, and we'll figure out who the other guys are with Quentin Lake in the back and that defensive front.
They're saying that
Not bad.
they are. I mean, and like I love it because they're two different style corners,
They are, yeah,
and when you pair them up with that pass rush that the Rams have,
yeah.
like you're building to me, you're building a Seattle stopper. JSN has to be contained.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like you got to worry about your division and just winning your division. JSN dominated first round. Like, you know what I mean? So I can see the thought process. And I love Chris Johnson and Jamar McCoy because they're different. So I don't hate it, but I would have thought about the quarterback right there for sure.
30 Patriots go Jennings Dunker. Checks a lot of boxes. Denver goes back to Caleb
Yeah.
Banks. That's the second time we saw that.
Ooh, Keith
And
Abney.
32, Keith Abney makes it to the round one. No Cisse here in this mock draft. I like
I
that
can
pick
see that though.
for the Seahawks, though. I
I
think
do
they could
too.
use
I like
another
Abney
corner.
more than Cisse.
I think Cisse's high upside. He's in my top 50, but Keith Abney's a lot higher on my board too. He's my
He's a better football
CB4.
player.
He's just more of a finished product right now. Like Cisse has more of the speed, length element you might be looking for. Keith is just a better football player today.
Exactly.
And the Seahawks have already a number of good athletes. Nicky Monwari, freaky athlete. Tariq Woolen, freaky athlete. Witherspoon's a good athlete. You just need somebody who can pair opposite of Spoon or Woolen, who can lock shit down, and that's Keith Abney. So
Keith Abney, 100%.
hardly mad at it. All right, guys, if you enjoyed the video, again, please hit that like and subscribe button. We are going to be back on, Friday. We'll be back on Monday with a new upload. And then Tuesday we'll be back. Thursday, and we'll be back live on Friday. Every Friday. So if you guys are new, hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure you tune in next Friday. We'll be talking about the Senior Bowl, which unfortunately we won't be at because of the snowstorm that's hitting us and locking us in. But stay safe, stay warm. Beer us. Get us out of here.
Appreciate everyone tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Share the videos. Tell everybody that First and 10 is here.